All right, second channel time. Now, I know a lot of you have been asking how I do all my research on cars and where I get them and blah, 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 blah. So we are on a fact-finding mission to potentially find some new projects for 2025. Now, I am in Miami North Copart, and behind me you see a bunch of cars, but a little birdie told me that there is a hypercar somewhere in this yard and we have to find it. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because you guys have already seen it on the thumbnail, but I'm excited to see it because I don't know what I'm in for. I don't know how much it's gonna go for, but there's something cool in this yard. Let's go check it out. Look at this behind me. This is so cool. Now, first off, we got a Lamborghini Huracan that is completely pink with a crazy body kit. And then we have a Ferrari California, and then a Bentley Bentayga that doesn't look like it has any damage at all, which means it's likely a flood car. We're gonna go over all of these, but back there is something really cool, and that is a Maserati MC20. So these just came out. They are so cool looking. These have a V6 twin turbo. It's a carbon fiber monocoque, and oh boy, this one had a bit of a bad day. Look at that. Now these are like 200 something grand, but they came down a lot. I'd be surprised if these don't go into like the hundreds. Look, take a look in here. Carbon fiber engine bay. You have the Lexan in the back here. This is like, I'm actually wondering what the problem with this car was. The bumper's off, so it looks like it got hit somewhere, but I can't tell what. I wonder if this is, I don't think this is a flood car because you'd see some flood damage, but it definitely had damage over here. So maybe it was a side swipe and somebody tried to repair it, but there's no repair anything. So does this open? See, usually there's like an emergency open switch. The door panel's missing. So, dude, look at this interior. Like, it's still, Tommy, smell that.
Oh.
It smells new.
That is new.
Yeah, it smells new with a hint of mold.
Theft?
It might, actually, theft recovery. Yeah, that's a really good, yeah. Definitely. It says
from a takeover?
It says lost type front end. So it might have hit in the front. Yeah, the front's kind of like, you know what it might have been? Just like underneath or something like that. Now, as you can see, big car projects, kind of like the ones we do here, require a lot of planning because things can get overwhelming really quickly. Now, cars have tons of complicated systems that could make or break a build if left unchecked, and the same goes for your mental health. And if you're having a tough time in life, sort of like I was a little while back, talking to a qualified therapist could be just the thing you need to get back on track. And today's sponsor, BetterHelp, is a great way to start that journey. So BetterHelp is on a mission to make starting therapy easier. It's a platform where therapists and their clients can communicate effectively and get the most out of therapy. There's a journal inside the platform for personal reflection, and there are group sessions on a number of different topics available every day. Now, starting therapy with BetterHelp is really, really easy. All you have to do is fill out a questionnaire and you'll match with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. And one of the best features of BetterHelp is that if the first therapist doesn't feel like the right fit, you can easily switch to another one until you find somebody you really connect with. They carefully make sure therapists on the platform are well qualified, and their customer support team is there to help you in case you have any questions. And with over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. Now, if you're struggling and you think you'd benefit from a therapy session, go to betterhelp.com/2varish to get 10% off your first month of therapy. It's in the link in the video description below. I've done it. I think you should do it as well. It's totally worth it. Go check it out right now. This is all the right kinds of crazy. Lamborghini Huracan on fire and a Gentani twin turbo kit in the back here. You can see the turbos through the rear mesh here. And dude, I mean, this is also a wide body. Tommy, do you know what kind of wide body this is?
I think this is the Liberty Walk Silhouette.
Liberty Walk silhouette kit. So it's a Liberty Walk kit, and you have these, like, everything on here is so over the top. It is a Miami car. It's Miami. This is sort of their thing, you know. It's a little much for me, but I can see why people would want to do something. This is the Instagram handle of whoever owned this. So hopefully they got out in time, and hopefully they didn't get hurt. But it's a pretty dope car. You have carbon fiber hood. Does it have anything in here? Oh, okay, cool. So you got a water tank, and that's for the twin turbo system. But it got fire damaged. You know, fire damage and twin turbos, that sort of happens a lot, doesn't it?
That's what happens when you lose the rev battle.
That's right. You lose the rev battle, but you win the insurance war, apparently. These were pink on the other side, and this one doesn't even have one. So, yeah, so maybe that came off or something. Also, this looks like it has steel brakes. I didn't know that they came with steel brakes. I thought they were all carbon ceramics. Tommy, do you think we need a pink wide body Huracan?
I think you do, Freddie. That's the only thing you're missing.
That's the only thing I think this might be a little too much for me. But I wonder how much this would go for. Like, this has to be like $100,000. It has to be something, because there's fire damage. There is a lot of cool stuff about this car, but I can't imagine a wide body would be, you know, nobody's buying this to export it, or are they? I don't know. Would you buy this car?
I think that kit's like $30,000.
Yeah, but the kit's $30,000 before you install it on a car. Once you install it on the car, it's not worth that much.
That's true.
Isn't that usually like all parts? Then you have a Ferrari California with some front end damage. And this is what Matt Armstrong would rebuild in 24 hours. This is actually quite cool. It has carbon ceramic brakes. These are V8. I don't know. I think this one's V8 twin turbo. Yep. Looks like a V8 with twin turbos. Look at the chassis number. So they made 205,807 of these. Just kidding. I think that chassis number is of all Ferraris ever made. So this is a 205,000th Ferrari. I also don't know if that's true. Don't listen to me at all. But this is kind of cool. I honestly don't really dig these cars because they're like the entry-level Ferrari, and I don't really like how they look. But that engine is dope. It has a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, and the engine would be really cool in another car. What do you think, Tommy? If this engine was in an RX-7, would you like it?
You should buy this for the engine.
Just for the engine?
Yeah.
I think this is too nice of a car to buy for just the engine, you know?
What do you think it's going for?
These are I'd be surprised if it went for more than like 65. This though, I see that it's super dirty. So this is telling me like my spidey sense is going off. I think this is a flood car. I'm just gonna look up here, and well, it says loss type unknown. I'm gonna know it real quick, because yeah, everything here is rusted and dirty. And I bet you if we open this up, actually, no, that's quite nice. Wow. All the electronics work. All right, I'm stumped. I'm not gonna start it. But like, look how nice that is. That's like a brand new interior. That's super nice, dude.
Something's up, hanging out there though.
Huh. Yeah. So why would they? Yeah, the whole headliner's out. Like it's hanging down.
Maybe it flipped over and flooded from the top.
It flipped over and flooded from the top, except there's no damage. Hold on. Okay, well,
Ooh.
Hold on. That's
not right.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was flood damage. It might be flood damaged. And what happens a lot with these cars is they go through a few rounds of this salvage auction life. And when they originally get flooded, people just like replace a few things, get them running, and then run them back through the auction with a clean interior. So that might be what happened to this, because if you notice, it's sitting a little bit low. Everything on the bottom is really dirty. Or maybe just went off-road. Maybe somebody used this as an actual off-road vehicle. I don't know what these things are worth. I wouldn't want to buy one. I don't think they look very good. What do you think, Tommy?
I like it. I like the white wheels. I mean, it'll clean up nicely.
It will clean up nicely. I don't think the high-end SUV market, like I've never understood the high-end SUV market. I mean, who in their right mind would get a flood-damaged high-end SUV? I mean, and like let's say they rebuilt it in one episode and got it running and then put it into another body of water. I don't know who would do that.
You'd have to be from another country.
You'd have to be crazy to do that.
You'd have to be from the Shire.
Oh, hey, I didn't notice this here. Actually, I say this, it's not a flood damage. This one's a theft. And if you notice here, it looks like somebody was playing baseball and I don't know, something happened. You know what this is? That's where the VIN number is. So maybe they tried to take the VIN number out or something. This is definitely dumped on the suspension, so it's been sitting a while. 1,000 miles on it. Dude! Oh my goodness, that is,
wow.
That is a choice. That's nice.
With the white accent?
Oh wow, this is it's like Christmas exploded in there. It's all candy cane. Yeah, this is definitely a Miami car, but holy hell. Wow. Okay. Now, because it's a theft, it looks like they tried to they took the stickers and stuff off this, so you wouldn't be able to know what car it is. Do they have a VIN on this? So maybe somebody just took all the VINs off this car and
ship it to another country.
Yeah, then that does happen in South Florida. Realistically, man, this is kind of cool. Now, I'm not a big fan of the high-end SUVs, but I can see why somebody would want this. This would probably go for like 100 grand, 100 to 120 grand, which is a lot of money for what you get, but brand new. Weren't they like 300, 400 grand?
Yeah, like 350.
Wow. Would you pay $350,000 for a car like this, Tommy?
Me? You
Yes.
know how many RX-7s I could get for 120?
You can get 350 RX-7s. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. She's had a bad day, hasn't she? McLaren 650S Spider, and you can tell what happened. Number one, I'm not even gonna look, but I know this car has Pirelli tires. And you know how I know this car has Pirelli tires? The damage here. So I'm gonna go over here and, oh my God, P0s, wow. Who'd have thunk it? Oh my God. So this guy hit the brakes real hard, air brake is up, and then the car spun around and hit something. This is exactly what happened. So PSA to everybody, if you have a car that has some sort of power and some sort of performance pedigree, do not put Pirelli P0s on your car. You might as well call them P0 grip, because that's what they do. Put Michelin PS4Ss, Continental Extreme Contact O2s, like anything other than these, because they come stock with a lot of cars. But what happens is the compound gets rock hard, as my friend Florian would say. It gets rock hard after a while, and then it just becomes like ice. You're driving on ice. And I know Florida's had a cold snap recently, so with cold roads, this is like a death trap. This is definitely rebuildable though. Like this hasn't gotten into the tub, so you need a door, a quarter panel. You need to align some of this because it has a foldable hard top. But nothing back here. I mean, you'd have to get all the coolers and stuff back here, but it's not terrible. It's not into the tub. The problem is it's a McLaren. So these McLarens are not really worth all that much money. I think this would probably go for, at the high end, 50, 60 grand, which if you got all these parts, and these are fiberglass parts, they're not carbon fiber. If you got these parts, this could be a pretty good rebuild. It's not for me because I have enough McLarens on my plate. The front end is almost exactly the same as my 675 LT, but 675 LT is a little more aggressive. It has like more aero stuff, and all this is carbon fiber, and this is like fiberglass. But it's a cool car. Red interior.
Yeah, I like that interior.
Yeah, it's a nice car. So hopefully this can go back on the road at some point. But I just saw something back there that you're gonna really love. underneath that cover is a $1.5 million McLaren Senna. Now, I know that some other YouTubers in our Goon Squad got a crashed Senna, but this one just came up for auction. I don't know what damage there is under there, but 4 tires are on it, so it can't be that bad. Dude, look at this. Oh my God. So, if you don't know about the Senna, this is a complete carbon fiber tub, and everything around it is carbon fiber. This thing looks like it just got hit right in the front, but if you look down here, I mean the wheel arch, you know it's a good car when the fender liners are carbon fiber. It's like the P1 all over again, but look how big the splitter is. And you have all the active aero. Look at that. Active aero actuators there. You have all the, oh, that's a siren for the alarm. I'm not gonna need that. Honestly, the frame rail looks, I would replace that frame rail just because it has this little dent in it. With $1 million car, you never know. So the carbon tub looks okay, but oh man, so the wheel definitely got pushed back because, come here, Tommy. You can, I don't know if you can see, I can see right here. That broke right there, that cracked. So this got hit, and the wheel definitely got hit because she's a little bendy. So the wheel got hit and it got pushed back into the body here and into the tub. Oh no, dude.
Is the tub bad?
No, I don't think the tub is bad, but there's definitely damage. So you can see where the wheel hit, and it also ripped out this piece. So there's a piece that, I don't know if you can see that right there. So yeah, there's a piece that looks like it glues on or goes on the tub, and this is busted. I mean, that could be fixed. Man. Now I know that once things happen, like an accident with a very expensive car, things on that car can get stolen, missing. Like the center caps, has McLaren Senna center caps, and these are center lock wheels. So those are really, really rare. Everything's carbon here, so look at that. It definitely hit something here. So I think this is probably the same glass as a 720S. So you probably save some money there, but I know on the Senna, it's thinner. Now, if you don't care about that kind of stuff, 720S glass probably save you a few grand.
Real quick, do you know what the S means?
The S is for, it's like, what is it? Keep off the last S for savings or something? I'm really dating myself there. That's a mattress commercial. S is for Senna, supercar. It's for
Not structural?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Maybe salvage, but yeah. What's really cool about this car, and I've actually never gotten to like touch one of these. This is all exposed carbon. So now the whole car isn't exposed carbon, but the door is. And if you were to get the entire car exposed carbon, I think that's something like a $300,000 option. But that's not the cool part. Cool part is down here, Tommy. Look at this. That is glass.
Oh yeah.
So you can see, if you sit in the car, you can see your white pasty ankles, or in my case, cankles. So, you know, you can have that. And then when you go through a drive-through, make sure that, you know, you use this and not get any drinks through. You'll spill any drinks that you get through this. It's kind of like a DeLorean. No, does the DeLorean have this?
I think it does. Does it? Yeah, it does.
It has some split window. So like this is as much as it goes down, it goes, you know? So you might be able, why did they even do this? Why even do this? Just to have, just make it one piece and.
Just make it Lexan.
Exactly, make it, this is Lexan. Well, is it?
Oh, it is.
No,
Okay.
This is glass.
Finally, someone listened to me. Not.
Wow. So the Senna is one of those cars that you know, you don't really love to look at, but it's styled by science, and it's a cool piece. There are big wing end caps that are missing here, so that's another thing that got taken. Oh, but there's some parts here. This looks like it's from the front end, so I'm not going to touch that because, again, this is a $1.5 million car, and I think live bidding is currently going on this. So depending on when we release the video, this might have already been sold. And who knows, Matt Armstrong, this might be your car. And if that's the case, then I'm sorry I didn't tell you about all of its problems sooner. But it has a swan neck wing, and this is all active aero. Dude, this is so cool. Look how wide it is. This is nuts. And it has a big exhaust. Now this exhaust is stock, but this is stock only for America. In Europe, they have a third thing right here, but the European exhaust is actually quieter. So the American exhaust is more free-flowing and it's louder. So go Bald Eagles.
Behind you. Yay, the flag.
Hell yeah. Dude, this is amazing. So yeah, other than that, like, I think this car is like really good. Now, I think this is classified as a run and drive. I'm not gonna try to start it because God forbid if something happens to that engine while I start it, I can't afford this. But how cool would it be if we had a Senna?
Oh, well, I was just gonna ask you, what would you pay for it?
It's hard to say because I've never wanted a Senna, but like when it's here, it's the coolest thing in the world. It's just like, there's so many, it's all angles, and you can see straight through, like, look, you can see straight through the car. Like right there, see all of the workings, the suspension, the carbon. Like it's a, for lack of a better term, race car for the road. I think this would probably go for between $500,000 and $600,000 at auction. And if you were to fix everything, I mean, that's probably going to be another $150,000, $200,000, because even though it just needs that, all the center parts, super exclusive. They only made 500 of these, and McLaren will not sell you parts for cheap. Every single thing on this car is expensive. I think Tim Schmee, when he had his door worked on, it was something like $250,000, which is a little pricey. So you can either get a Senna door or a house. You know, decisions. But yeah, I'm gonna put this back on just so they don't get angry at me over here. But this is the one to look out for sure, because let's say if it goes for cheap, like $5,000, and nobody bids on it, then I can buy it. That's not gonna happen. No, that's not. Well, how about this? If we have a $5,000 Senna, then we can put an LS and a sequential in it. One of my favorite things to do in a junkyard is just to look around the more regular cars and see what we can find. I like this. This is a homemade hood scoop. What do we have in here? Please be a Hellcat, please be a Hellcat, please be a Hellcat. And why doesn't it open? Why doesn't this open? Hold on, I got it. Aha! Ha ha! It's a regular V8, but there's a big old chicken wire mesh grate in here. Don't know why that is. Tommy, do you think that this car may have been to a takeover event once in its life?
We are in Miami.
Yes, we are. Oh boy. Okay, cool. We got a Bentley Flying Spur that's completely dumped because of course it is. Don't know what kind of accident damage this has, but it could just be mechanically totaled. But first off, I love the two-tone. This is a wrap, by the way, so the car's black. But look inside. Ooh, got the red leather. It's a nice car, man. 58,000 miles, and it's junk, and it's just junk. Now you can tell this is a flood car because right here, this says WL waterline. So waterline came up to here, probably fried a lot of electronics in here, and then yeah, it was just too expensive to fix. So the 2006s, fun fact, W12 twin turbo. And they had an issue where, I think it's between 04 and 06, they had an issue where there was one little 75-cent vacuum hose that breaks, and then your engine just basically runs like absolute garbage. And to get to that hose, you have to take the engine out, which is 30 hours of work. And Bentley work is expensive work because the entire, everything from the front end, the fenders, the bumper, all that has to come off. And then the engine has to come down so you can just go whoop and fix the hose. It is a terrible, terrible design. It's like if they made a Bugatti Veyron and then made it for lesser people, you know, like they just made it so complicated. This is 15 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag. It is, but it's really cool when it works. I don't think this would work. This would be monumental repair bills, but it's so cool, isn't it? Like a black Bentley.
We should buy that.
You know, I had one, right? I had a Continental.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Yeah, and I couldn't wait to get rid of it. Could not wait to get rid of it. That was the happiest day of my Bentley ownership, getting rid of it. You know, with a boat, it's like the happiest day is you getting it and then you getting rid of it. Me getting it was not a happy day, but getting rid of it, oh boy, it was like, whoo! So, but somebody should buy this. I mean, this would probably go for something like 12 grand. So if you wanted to light all your money on fire, there you go. So one thing that I'm coming back to, just looking at this sea of cars, is that there's so many new cars here. I mean, these cars are basically just bought and taken home and then crashed, and then they make it here. There's so many parts, there's so many, like, how many cars do we as a society need to make? This is pretty insane. There's thousands and thousands of cars here, and most of them are less than 10 years old. How about this? If you get in an accident, just fix your car. Just fix your car, okay? I guess it's not up to them. It's up to the insurance, right? Most people aren't gonna fix a crash damaged car, but whatever. I mean, if you have the ability to fix your car, try to fix your car, because something like this, which is a Honda Civic SI, it's not the Type R, but it's an SI. It's a really cool color, and somebody cared about it. Look, it's slammed in the back. It has some, looks like Rota wheels or something. Yeah, they're Avid ones. And, you know, somebody tinted it really poorly. This was some kid's dream car. Like, he wanted to get it. It has a little plastic carbon fiber look, side skirt extension. It's a cool car, you know, and I think it deserves better than being here. Do you know what this means? Tommy spends a lot of time in Japan, so he'll know what this means.
I didn't notice that. No.
It means salvage. That's what it means. If anybody knows what this means, throw it in the comments. So this is really cool. We saw a lot of interesting cars, but that is not the end of the episode, because we have to get on a plane right now and go from this wonderful weather to weather that's a little bit less hospitable. We're gonna see something really cool. We are at a location, an undisclosed location in Canada, and we are about to see some awesome cars. If you guys like junkyard content, if you guys like cars that haven't seen the light of day in many, many decades, then this is gonna be the one for you. Whew, I'm so excited. So take a look at this. This is a Mercedes 6.9. It's a 300 SE, I believe. And it did have the hydraulic suspension. It does have the hydraulic suspension. That's why it's kind of like dumped on the ground. There's muscle cars back here. There's a Corvette over there. But in that garage is something really cool. Check this out. So this is a wide body Ferrari 348. And next to it is a also customized Corvette. Looks like a C3. Dude, there's Ferrari 360 parts here. There's there's more 360 parts over there. This is so dope. And yeah, it's a gated manual, 5-speed. Very similar to the one, the 348 that I drove recently, but this one is a hardtop and a wide body. I don't know if any of these are for sale. I assume everything has a price on it, but like who has this? Now, this is just a little bit, like a little taste of what's to come. So let's go around back and see what they got. Yeah, Tommy, you gotta be careful. There's a lot of ice. There's a lot of ice around here.
Is your ice shoes?
Yeah, my ice shoe. Actually, Porsche.
Oh, you can't.
I can't.
Right place.
I came prepared, and I brought the right shoes because we got a Porsche right here, Porsche 996, that has had a little bit of an oopsie, but then we have a Ferrari 308 GTS, and I mean it looks in pretty decent shape. Is this? Hold on, is it? I think. No, it's not. I thought it was a. Actually, is it? Is this a? This might be a fiberglass car. I don't know. There's a lot of fiberglass around here. The 308s had in 76 and 77. They were called Vetro Resinas, which is fiberglass, and they're like triple the price of a regular 308. And speaking of 308s, there's another one right there. But this one has a 288 GTO kit on it. And apparently the person that owns this entire property, he makes the kits. He made the kits, and it was just kind of like his pet project. And on top you see some C3 Corvette stuff. There's also a kit for a Ford GT, another Mercedes that has, I don't even know what the, dude, like it's crazy to see this. But then you go in here and Ferrari 355 Spider next to a bunch of molds for something else. Is that a, looks like a, that's a Jaguar E-Type in there. Just a Jaguar E-Type body chilling with, that's the 355 engine and gearbox right there. There's a bunch of seats and there's parts everywhere. But Tommy, look above us. So this is an IndyCar project that he put the engine from a 348 into. And so you see there's a Ferrari engine in there. There's like a Testarossa suspension. And yeah, this is just basically a project that has been put on hold. There's a beer keg as a fuel tank right here. That's pretty dope, dude. So this is giving me big Rudy Klein Junkyard vibes because there's parts literally everywhere. I don't know how much they're worth. I mean, some of these parts have to be super rare. And for them to be just in sort of like in the middle of residential, residential area in Canada, it blows my mind. So
some of the stuff did come from Rudy Klein.
Actually, yes, it did. So if you guys don't know who Rudy Klein is, then you can watch our video on us going through the Junkyard in Compton, and that was the Rudy Klein collection by RM Sotheby's, and that was insane. But this is also just as equally nuts. So we have a bunch of engines. We have Maserati engines. Wow. Okay. So you got Ford, Alfa Romeo, just a mountain of parts. Look at this, that fuse block. What's that off of? I have no idea what that's for.
DeLorean.
That's a flux capacitor. that can capacitate your fluxes. We also have an air-cooled engine for something. I'm guessing a Beetle. And we have a bunch of V8s here and so many doors for various cars. Now, I'm not that big of a car nerd that I'll know every single door by their hinges, but I mean, I know some of the stuff here. So, this is the meat and potatoes of it. There are 200 cars here, and every single one is super cool. We're going to talk about each one. We're going to give each car a 35-minute video. No, we got Pontiac Solstice, we got C3 Corvette, got an AMC AMX, a Corvair. When's the last time you saw a Corvair, Tommy?
This is the first time.
This is not the first time you saw a Corvair.
I think so.
So a Corvair, for people that don't know, was essentially an American 911 sort of kinda. It had a rear engine, air-cooled, flat six. And they were famously known as the cars that would skid off the road and kill you. So, you know, they made a book. There was a book about the Corvair called Unsafe at Any Speed, because the back end of these, they would actually camber in. So they would essentially become undrivable. At least that was the contention of the book. I don't know if I agree with that. But if we go through here, and Tommy, be careful because you don't have my my Porsche shoes. Yeah, we are in uncharted territory here. We got a Mustang. Oh, dude, it's a Bricklin. This is where they make them. This is where they make them. It's a Bricklin SV1, and every color of Bricklin was called safety something. So you had safety white, safety orange, safety. That looks like safety. Literally everything.
That is every color.
Yeah, that's every color of safety. And if you ever want to know anything about Bricklin, just know that it was made by Malcolm Bricklin, who was a legitimately insane person. And the cars were terrible, but they were really, really cool. So we like terrible cars on this channel. So there's a Porsche, a late 80s, early 90s Porsche. Then there's like a newer Porsche 987 Boxster. And then whatever this is this like a Ford Thunderbird or something that's on a chassis of like a Camaro? Okay, I'm not gonna. That's gonna fall off. The alarm might go off. I'm sorry. Oh no, dude! This is a Viper. That's a Viper. It's blue with white stripes, and it looks like it got smashed pretty good in this. But this is a Viper. It's a Viper GTS, dude. Oh my God, dude. We got to do this. We have to do this. You guys should give me a like or a thumbs up if you want us to do a Viper build, because I love Dodge Vipers. I'm super. What if we just got like a Viper frame and then just made it something cooler than what a Viper is? I don't know if you could do that, but
a V12?
A V12 Viper. Subscribe if you want a V12 Viper. I'm not promising anything, but it could happen. So we got another Ferrari 308 with a roll cage. Is that a Land? That's not a Land Rover. That's a Land Cruiser.
Oh.
That's a FJ40, dude.
That's sick.
Why is it so high up off the ground? Dude, there's so much here. There is so much here. There's more Mercedes. There's a Firebird. That's the bumper to a Ferrari Testarossa. Like right there on top of that Firebird.
Do you need any parts?
Yes.
What do you need? What do you need?
Everything. Everything. What can we just transplant this to Florida? Can I just be Florida man? Because can this be my house?
Yes to all the above.
And also we have this John Deere, you know, the killdozer here. And it just keeps going and going and going. And a lot of these are like custom made cars. Like I don't even know what they would be or how they started out, because that looks like a kit car of some sort with no engine. But there's just a truck full of parts. Like I don't know what they go to, and I guarantee you somebody is like, I need this part right here. Well, maybe not that one, but I need that part right there, and I don't know what that part is off of. But this is wow. Fun fact: this is a Di Tommaso Pantera. So this was a fire car. Oh. Yeah. So wow, sweet. There's more trucks. There's Corvette body? What? Yeah, Corvette body has just been cut in half.
Something's been here. Look at these tracks.
Oh, is that?
It's like a fox or something?
What?
A bear.
A bear. Hmm. Oh, like the animal. Okay, never mind. Yeah, bear. That would be spooky.
Yeah. Gotta watch out.
So there's a Lotus Europa over there. There's a few Lotuses. Lodi? There's Lodi, right? You got trucks. You got a Jeep, a newer Mini Cooper for some reason, and a Volkswagen Beetle. Have you ever been into the Beetles, Tommy?
I do like the Beetle. I like Herbie.
You like Herbie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is Herbie after he gets. He's a little ran through, you know.
I think we found Herbie's engine.
Yeah. This is this is Herbie's friend who didn't make good life choices. Lindsay Lohan, yeah. Lindsay Lohan actually has had a little bit of a renaissance. Like she's done several Netflix movies and they're not bad, except for the last one, which is horrible. Like it was really, really bad. Don't watch it. It makes no sense.
Watch the ones before it.
Watch the ones before it. Yeah, they're nice little, romantic romps, but the last one was kind of garbage. But I'll tell you what's not garbage. All of this, even though it's very clearly garbage. This is a Lamborghini Gallardo coupe, and then over here it probably doesn't look like it, but that is a Lamborghini Gallardo Spider, and that was in a little bit of a fire. Up there you see more Ferrari frames. There's a Ferrari frame, and I see some like out in the distance over here. Like I'm just wondering how much money is here. Like if you were to just take a forklift and categorize all these cars, or like put them up on like a rack, like they did in the Rudy Klein collection, like what would people pay for stuff in here? Like if you left this here for the next 40 years, they'd be like, oh my God, you can never find this anymore. Holy crap. Like people would be losing their minds. So like, I don't know. Maybe this is the next Rudy Klein collection. Maybe this is the next major junkyard find. And you heard it here first.
If you had to guess, what would you think it's worth now? Off the top of your
I would think this is probably like between $3 and $5 million.
Wow.
Which is weird because all of it is like crashed junk, but I think there's enough cool stuff here that would offset all the obvious scrap. But like stuff like this, like it's a Ferrari 458. This is a 458 shell that's been hit, but I mean, people could use this. There's still Ferrari parts in here. There's a VIN number. Like look at that. You can. There's an Avanti, dude. Tommy, tell me you know what an Avanti is. So an Avanti is a car that was made in the 70s and 80s, and it's a fiberglass car, I believe. Yeah, I mean, this is fiberglass. I don't know if the rest of it is. I think it is. But it was a weird American car that looked very odd and ugly. But again, we like odd and ugly cars here, so it's among friends. But I happen to know that this Volkswagen Beetle is one of the medallion cars that were made for commemorating the millionth Beetle made. So it has like a cool, actually I'll show you. We're gonna start it right up. Every single one of these cars starts, by the way. That is not a true thing. I think that would be physically impossible. So, oh my God, that's like broken glass on my fingers. Holy crap, that's cold. Okay, that's good. So, we just open this up. Right there, I don't know if you can see, on the dashboard, there's like a little medallion. And I'm told that that is a pretty special thing amongst the Beetle community. And listen to this. Look at that. German. So, so we got a what is this Cadillac? It's an Alante. It's a Cadillac Alante, but it just says LAN. Porsche 928. And Tommy, you'll know this. This is a Ferrari 430 coupe. So that's seen some better days. So a lot of these cars were bought by the owner just as like, a like a project, or these were the parts cars for his own collection, and he needed a place to put them. So this is sort of like his overflow, because he does have a really big collection, but he never wanted to like get rid of them because, you know, they're really cool. So now they're just here, and it's wonderful, and it keeps going and going and going. Another Volkswagen Beetle and a new Beetle. And whatever, there's something new back there. This is wait, hold on. If you notice, the back end of this car is an old Mustang. The front end of the car is a new Mustang. So he did a lot of body swaps, you know, merging old with new. And this guy is a man after my own heart. He did like his Camaros, though. I mean, this is like the 10th Camaro that I've seen. And we got some more over there. Let's go check that out. Okay, so we're gonna end the video after this. So, oh, buddy, I love me a nice like dimly lit workshop. So we have a Porsche 911, which was a fire damage car from California. And wait, hold on. I know this car. I think I know this car. I think this might have been in a collection that all got fire damaged. And yeah, so the owner is restoring this. Then we have a 2011 Ferrari California, and I know it doesn't look like it, but there is a Ferrari California behind, underneath all this. And then over there is a Ferrari 458 Spider. This is like the third or fourth 458 that he has, and it's been stuffed pretty good, but it's still pretty cool. I bet you it still has the engine in it. We should like. You know what we should do? We should do a build with just the cars and parts in here. We should like take some parts off of one car, put them on another car, and then drive out of here. What do you think?
Definitely in the summertime, please.
Are you sure?
Not now.
I can't feel my toes. I cannot feel my toes.
Summer challenge. Yay.
Summer challenge in 3025. Okay, so I think that's going to be it. And if you're wondering why we're in Canada, then keep wondering, because it's going to be in a very, very future episode. But I just wanted to share this all with you. It is absolutely insane. And I want to thank the owner for showing us around this place. This place is wonderful. I am not going to give away the owner's name or his location because it is fairly private. So, but he said, yeah, shoot away and show people what I got. And until next time, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Subscribe, please. Hit the subscribe button, because if you don't, Tommy is going to cry.
We hit 400K.
We did hit 400K.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Tommy is crying tears of joy. Make him cry some more when we hit 500K.
I can't feel my tears.
I can't feel my tears. My tears are frozen. Bye-bye.